Hello and good afternoon. Today we are going to understand 31st October 2022 Hindu newspaper analysis Vijayawada edition. The first article explains about DNA test fall under a grey area. This article comes under the section General Studies Paper 2 of General Studies Paper 3 of Civil Service Examination Mains under the subsection Science and Technology. We are well aware that DNA technology is quite evident and helpful in getting the accurate information about the crimes. It is well evident in USA a significant rise in conviction rate. According to USA data, almost 60% of cases has accuracy in finding the criminals by using DNA technology. Similarly, according to NCRB, conviction rate is 48.8% only in 2017. To increase this conviction rate, DNA test is also useful. Apart from that, there are almost 4,000 plus cases recorded to identify the victim. In such cases also, it is generally DNA test is preferable to identify the victim. By all means, we need to have a DNA test or technology to ascertain the identity of a person with his or her DNA samples. The articles explain about a recent rise in the demand of DNA test but shortfall of technology or test availability. So this is the article we can finish. The major advantages you can see: identify the criminals. Apart from that, it is identify the victims. In the identification of victims also it is very useful. Next, girl students of Children's Home explained about good and bad touch. This article comes in the page number 3 of Vijayawada edition. This article explains about safe touch and bad touch awareness campaign. One have to aware that according to National Family Health Survey reports, 93% of child assaults or assaults against children are done by only known persons. Unfortunately, children are not aware about what is safe touch and good touch. We have to appreciate states like West Bengal, which even created a chapter about good and bad touch at school level. Today, we are getting in NTR district of Andhra Pradesh, we found an awareness campaign was did by authorities. So this can be useful in writing answers, particularly in writing with examples. Next, in editorial, we found a lead article talking about extra constitutional delusion of Raj Bhavan. This is very important article in today's newspaper because the articles explain recent controversial statements given by Kerala governor. Here, Kerala governor created a storm in the public media, of course in national and in state level debates, that is, he has the power to sack or remove a minister. Well, author explains in detail about his powers with the question that does he has the power to suspend. He quoted several examples. For example, he brought Article 163 Clause 1 of Indian Constitution, which says that Council of Ministers should aid and advise governor in respect to his in functions. And author also quoted Shamsher Singh vs State of Punjab 1974 judgment, where the justice, the jury at that bench also invoked B.R. Ambedkar observations. And I quote, the President of USA has a power to remove secretaries. He is not bound to understand or listen secretary advice. In contrast, Indian President has to listen and act and advise as per the Council of Ministers, which is the hallmark of Indian democracy, quote unquote. B.R. Ambedkar categorically mentioned that President of India or even governor of states only have functions, not responsibilities. Then, according to constitutional expert Subhash Kashyap in his book Constitutional Law of India, governor can deny the advice of ministers or even council of ministers only when the government lacks majority in the house or in the legislative assembly. At that cases only he has the discretion to say no or to deny council of ministers advice. Similar to that, author also quoted Samsher Singh versus State of Punjab judgment, that is, actions done by government actions done by government is answerable in legislature, and that is how democracy works. It is not a single man authority in democracy is allowed. Finally, the author mentioned about an interesting debate in Constitutional Assembly. According to H.V. Kamath, there was a question in Constitutional Assembly: who can prevent abuse of power by governor? It was replied by P.S. Deshmukh: its wisdom of governor can prevent the abuse of power. So author concluded that it is the governor should have the idea about his functions and duties, and if it is violated, Supreme Court has to take measures and also guidelines with respect to these issues. So this is an article which is quite important in throughout the newspaper today. Next, India now enabled low cost production, high cost. It was published in 9th page. So it mentions that India produced a C-295 transport aircraft manufacturing facility in Vadodara. This article is important in writing Atmanirbhar Bharat answers. We can quote that defense Atmanirbhar Bharat is also going well. Even recent defense expo also revealed a lot of new projects. So even if you watch newspapers regularly, also a couple of days back and months back, we have found that India ready to export our defense projects to Vietnam, Philippines, and other countries. Next important article is regarding dolphins. So Ganga dolphins again return to their habitat. So this article is mentioned in page number 11th of Hindu newspaper today. So this article mentioned that Ganga dolphins are returning to their habitat. One has to remember the important points with respect to Ganga dolphins. That is, Ganga dolphin is Indian aquatic animal. Apart from that, its scientific name is Plantista gangantica. The common and interesting feature is it is a blind. Usually it will find their prey by using ultrasonic sounds, which is a quite unique thing to this animal. It is also called as Susu. It is mainly found in Ganga, Brahmaputra, Meghna and Meghna rivers. It is also found in some of the tributaries of Ganga river. Obviously, Ganga dolphin is affected by National Waterway 1 project, which is a cause of concern by environmentalists. Apart from that, dams constructed over this river, pollution and excessive silting and sand mining is also one of the threats. Apart from this, recently government found that lot of municipal waste which was untreated also adding trouble. So government decided to treat this waste, and now it is killing the water. This Gangatic river dolphin comes under first schedule of Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972 and endangered animal under IUCN and comes under Appendix 1 of CITES. So this is about Ganga dolphin. I just want to add one more information that Government of India 2 years back launched a project Dolphin, which aims to create a sustainable habitat for this beautiful animal. Last but not least, even October 5th decided as National Ganga River Dolphin Day by Government of India, and of course it recognized dolphin as a national aquatic animal in the year 2009. So these are the important articles in today's newspaper. Thank you so much and Jai Hind.